The crystalline throne room of Empress Zalmora shimmered with dying light. Through the transparent walls, the Vrexian armada painted the sky in shades of crimson and ash. The war had reached her doorstep. Zalmora stood before the Grand Council, her 4 arms trembling despite her efforts to maintain composure. Her iridescent carapace, once gleaming with the pride of 1,000 conquered worlds, now appeared dull under the weight of imminent defeat. The Vrexians had done what no species had accomplished in 3 millennia. They had brought the Caltharian Empire to its knees. "Your Majesty," General Cricksdall spoke, his voice a low rumble, "our fleet is scattered. 17 colony worlds have fallen. The defense grid around the capital will hold for perhaps 6 more cycles before nothing remains," Zalmora finished, her auxiliary arms gesturing in resignation. "I know the calculations, General. I have known them for weeks." The council chamber fell silent. Outside, another explosion bloomed against the planetary shield, sending ripples of energy cascading across the dome. The Vrexians were patient predators, content to tighten the noose slowly. Ambassador Felnara, her scales reflecting the ominous light, leaned forward. "There is one option we have not discussed, Your Majesty: the humans." A collective hiss filled the chamber. Humans, those curious bipedal mammals from the frontier world called Earth. They had joined the galactic community merely 70 standard years ago, bringing with them their strange customs, inexplicable humor, and disturbing lack of biological specialization. They were generalists in a universe of specialists, jacks of all trades in a cosmos that demanded mastery. "The humans," Zalmora's compound eyes narrowed. "What could they possibly offer? They possess no advanced weaponry, no psychic abilities, no natural armor. They are ordinary." "Perhaps," Felnara replied carefully. "That is precisely why we should listen." Before the Empress could respond, the massive doors of the throne room burst open. Palace guards rushed in, weapons raised, surrounding a small delegation. At the center stood a human, a male, if Zalmora recalled correctly, dressed in the plain jumpsuit of a civilian transport worker. "Your Majesty, forgive the intrusion," the head guard stammered. "This human forced his way through the checkpoints. He claims to have information vital to—" "Let him speak," Zalmora commanded, her curiosity piqued despite the dire circumstances. The human stepped forward. He was unremarkable by galactic standards. No towering height, no fearsome claws, no bioluminescent patterns, just brown skin, dark eyes, and the peculiar confident gait that seemed endemic to his species. His name badge read, Marcus Chen, Logistics Coordinator. "Your Majesty," Marcus began, his accent thick with Earth's linguistic diversity, "I've been studying the Vrexian siege pattern for the past 43 days. I think I know how they're beating you," General Cricksdall bristled. "Impertinent creature! Our greatest tactical minds have analyzed—" Zalmora raised a primary hand. "Continue, human." Marcus pulled a data slate from his pocket, projecting holographic images into the air. "The Vrexians are brilliant strategists. They've exploited every weakness in Caltharian military doctrine. But that's the problem. They're fighting the Caltharian Empire." He paused, meeting the Empress's gaze. "They're not ready to fight chaos." "Chaos?" Zalmora echoed. "Your military operates on precision," Marcus explained, manipulating the hologram to show fleet formations. Perfect geometric patterns, synchronized strikes, hierarchical command structures. It's beautiful, it's efficient, and it's predictable. The Vrexians have spent decades learning to counter it. He expanded the image, showing the Vrexian counterformations. "See? For every move you make, they have a prepared response. They're playing chess, and they've memorized every opening you know." General Cricksdall's mandibles clicked in frustration. "And what would you suggest, human?" That we abandon millions of years of military evolution? Marcus smiled, that unsettling human expression that showed teeth. No. I suggest you let humans teach you what we learned from our own history. We come from a death world where nothing made sense. Predators hunted in packs, prey evolved countless defenses, weather changed without warning. We survived because we learned to embrace controlled chaos. He pulled up new diagrams. Asymmetric warfare, guerrilla tactics, improvisation. The Vrexians have prepared for your precision. They haven't prepared for unpredictability. Let me coordinate a joint operation with whatever ships you have left. We'll introduce variables they can't anticipate. Zalmora studied the human carefully. Behind his ordinary appearance, she detected something her species had overlooked, a spark of creative madness that defied categorization. Humans didn't excel at any one thing, but they could do a little of everything, combining abilities in ways that seemed illogical yet somehow worked. You would risk your life for an empire that has treated your species as newcomers and curiosities? She asked. Marcus shrugged. Another peculiar human gesture. My daughter goes to school on this planet. My wife works at the hydroponics facility. This is my home now. Besides, he grinned wider, humans have a saying, fortune favors the bold. Or maybe it's, hold my beer and watch this. I can never remember which one applies. Despite everything, Zalmora felt her auxiliary hearts quicken with something she hadn't experienced in months. Hope. General Krixdahl, she commanded. Give this human access to our remaining fleet. Marcus Chen of Earth, you have 6 cycles to prove that chaos can defeat order. What followed became legend throughout the galaxy. Marcus coordinated a defense that resembled no military operation in recorded history. Ships broke formation mid-battle to regroup in random patterns. Fighters employed kamikaze feints that weren't actually kamikaze attacks. Mining vessels were rigged with experimental drives and sent on trajectories that violated every safety protocol. Communications were deliberately scattered across multiple frequencies with intentional misinformation. The Vrexians, for the first time in their campaign, hesitated. Their perfect counter-strategies met with scenarios they hadn't predicted. When they adapted to one tactic, humans introduced 3 more that contradicted the first. It wasn't elegant. It wasn't traditional warfare. It worked. The siege broke on the 7th cycle. Vrexian command ships, overwhelmed by the sheer unpredictability of the defense, withdrew to regroup. That moment of uncertainty was all Zalmora needed. Her fleets, emboldened by the chaos tactics, pressed the advantage. In the throne room, Zalmora stood once more before Marcus Chen. This time he knelt, not in subservience, but in respect. Rise, Marcus Chen, she said, touching his shoulder with her primary hand. You have taught an ancient empire a new way to survive. What can we offer you? Marcus stood, that enigmatic smile returning. Just remember this, Your Majesty. Sometimes the answer isn't to be stronger or smarter or more advanced. Sometimes you just need to be unexpected. As he walked away, Zalmora understood. Humanity's gift wasn't military might or technological superiority. It was adaptability, the ability to look at any problem and invent a solution that shouldn't work, but somehow did. The war would continue, but it would never be the same. The Caltharian Empire had learned to dance with chaos, guided by the strangest teachers in the galaxy, and in the crowd of ordinary beings who kept civilizations running, humans stood ready to stand up when the universe needed them most. End.